Hello, everybody. I'm just going to wait till some people can get in here, and I'll just see who all's coming in. Today we're going to be interviewing Matt Tommey, and he is a fantastic mentor and international speaker. He teaches and mentors creatives all over the world, creatives, makers all over the world, in their giftings, and encouraging them and lifting them up into all that God has called them to be and to do. And I'm really excited to share everything with you guys, and to just have him in here. And awesome. Hang on just a second. Let's see. I'm going to get Matt in here in just 1 second. I apologize for the delay. Just 1 moment. Matt, can you share a comment? That would be great. And then I'll add you in there. Okay. Here we go. This is so interesting. I thought it was going to be... Hey, you guys. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. I'm going to add Matt in here in a second. I just want to get a chance to pray over our over all of the broadcast. So, okay. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this awesome day. Lord, I thank you for all the creatives and makers that will come in, and that they will be encouraged and inspired, and they will see you in all of this, Father. They will see what you're calling them to. And Father, I thank you that they will hear encouragement and they will be lifted in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right, Matt, I think you're ready. I'm going to add you in here. Here we go. See if this works. Hey, Matt. Hi, Tracy. I'm glad you're here. So it should be adding Matt in.
Adding Matt in, and it's connecting.
There you are.
There you are.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me okay? Is it too loud?
No, great.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're here.
You're here. Good.
We're really friends and we're really here together. It's so awesome, right?
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
I love it.
Oh, great. So
Great. So
I can start with some questions
if you like.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Before I start, I wanted. How about instead of me introducing, why don't you introduce and tell me a little bit about who you are. Tell everyone who you are.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody. I'm Matt Tommey. I've been an artist for like 100 years, I feel like. I've been an artist and creative professionally for about 20, 25 years. I'm a sculptural basket maker, so I make my living making sculpture for luxury homes here in Asheville, North Carolina. But a big part of my life also is helping artists and mentoring artists with my books and conferences and things like that. So God called me in 2009 to, as a father to artists, to raise up an army of artists all over the world to reveal His glory in the earth. And my first book was called Unlocking the Heart of the Artist, and it came out in about 2010. And just God did some incredible things with that. It went all over the world and really began to call creatives to what God was doing. And since then, it's been crazy. We started a conference called Gathering of Artisans, which now we've done. This coming up in 2019 will be our 14th one that we've done both here and internationally. Again, bringing master artists and emerging artists together to learn how to engage the Holy Spirit in the creative process, but also how to really get better at what you do, be filled and skilled. And so it's just been an incredible journey. I just finished my 4th book. It came out in April, and then I have a mentoring program called Created to Thrive, and we've got about 900 artists in there that are just seeing some incredible things happen in their life, that want to thrive spiritually, creatively, but also financially in growing their art business. So that's kind of where the Lord has me, both in marketplace and in ministry, which I just love. So.
And it's been do you hear an echo?
Now you're kind of breaking up a little bit. So.
Okay. Should I put the
earbud?
Okay.
It was better when you had earphones in, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. We're here.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone said audio was getting better. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So you said quite a few things there, and
I'm a fast talker.
And that's good. No, but you were saying some things about the mentoring that you're doing. And
yeah, absolutely.
That's really encouraged me too. That's really encouraged me too.
I didn't even know that the Lord was going to be doing that. It's funny when you write a book or write lots of books, people start inviting you to speak at conferences and things like that. And I remember my friend Ray Hughes saying, that he basically lives at 35,000 feet and comes down periodically to speak to people. And I was like, I just don't think I can do that. And that was what my life was turning into. I was traveling a lot, speaking in a lot of different places. A couple of times I even went to Europe for the weekend, like to speak at a conference, and back on Monday, I'm like, this is crazy. And we were just crying out to the Lord. So I really feel like everything that the Lord's given me to share into the lives of creatives comes out of my journey. And I never wanted to be the guy that was talking about art and never making it. And so I wanted to make sure that anything that I was doing really came out of that, journey that I had authentically day by day with the Lord. And so the mentoring program came out of that, and I had no clue. We're only January, or actually February will be 2 years that we started that. And I've seen the most phenomenal fruit in people's lives through that program ever, because we give them a pathway to walk, of exactly how to go from struggling to thriving as an artist. And it's just, people need a hand, and they want to know how to walk. And it's not like there are that many people out there that are walking this in the marketplace and in as a
That's
Christian.
true.
And
That's true.
Learning how to hear the voice of the Lord in business, and also how to get your mind and heart aligned with the truth of God's kingdom, as opposed to just kind of trying to do your best and muddle through life somehow. And that's the way most believers who are artists have tried to do that, because they don't have anybody to give them any context for what really thriving in their divine design looks like. And so it's just a laugh. And to put that all together with community and seeing people sharing their lives together, it's just phenomenal. So
awesome.
Awesome.
Hang on. I'm hearing that. People saying that you're low, and I've got to echo. So I don't know what to do. Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I'm like right close to the mic. So I don't know if they're.
Yeah.
You sound great to me here. So.
Okay, good.
Might be their internet. Okay, good. People's internet is crazy sometimes. So.
Well, Let's see. Maybe we'll like sort itself And yes, we can add links in later in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm on live on my other computer. I can put
There you
my
go.
There you go.
I'll just put it on here real quick if people want to go to my website. There's
Awesome.
yeah, there's all kind of stuff on there, tons of blogs and all that kind of stuff, and there's a free e-course they can take. And my passion is wherever people are, I want to help them. So whether it's through the podcast or an article or our group or a video like this or whatever. So.
Awesome. Hang on just a second, Matt. I don't want to distract. So I'm going to try one more time and take out my earbuds.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it up. So we'll see. I can hear you fine now. So is there an echo? Still for me?
Yeah, there is now. There's not when you have your earphones in.
Interesting.
I think
that they're hearing. Oh. Is that better?
See, like right now when you're talking, you'll talk and then it'll go silent, and you'll talk and go silent.
Gotcha.
As opposed to when you have your earphones in, it's perfect.
Okay. So you guys are still hearing it? Yes. Well, we'll solve that. But I'll solve that. Okay. How to do that? Change info to you. Well. It's an interesting day. I'm good.
This is like a roller coaster. It's like, wow, I love it.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. We'll just keep going. Okay. I'm so glad that you're patient. Awesome. Okay. So there are some questions I really want to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How did you encounter the Lord in creativity? How did you know that you were supposed to be creative?
Early on, I grew up in a family of creatives. So my family, my mom was a musician. I grew up under a Steinway piano. She was teaching voice and leading worship at church, and she was, playing the piano. I started playing piano when I was 5. So creativity and creative expression was always a part of what we did as a family, and was always a part of my life. When I was in middle school, I got involved in Boy Scouts and started really cultivating this love for the outdoors through Boy Scouts, and very quickly got into being a part of makers in that community. And by the time I got to college, that was a real big part of what I was doing at summer camps. So I was working at summer camps and that sort of thing, and started making baskets when I was about 20 years old at the University of Georgia. Just found a book on basket making, which was ridiculous, and but a total God thing. And I started pulling kudzu, which is our southern invasive vine, out of the woods. And as I did that, I just really loved being in the woods. And there was no God moment, no angels came out of the sky, no, this is your calling. It was just like, I just loved it. But I found over the years, working with so many artists and knowing my own journey, that it's those things that we take for granted, those things that maybe everybody else has said, oh yeah, that's a fun little thing, but what are you really going to do with your life? Now, it's those things that the Lord continues to bring back and to redeem and to really flow through, primarily, I think, because we don't have any agenda around it. And I think for me, that was a big part of the Lord using what I've been doing with my basketry, is because it was always something that I simply loved to do, and I loved to be with Him in the process. And that was really, I think that is the seed bed for where God can use as a launching pad for your creative expression. So.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Because I can relate to like
I
what
can
you're
relate to
saying,
like what you're saying,
in that
and that
there's things that I love
there's
to
things that I
do,
love
and
to
the
do,
creativity
and the
that God gave
creativity that
me
God
ever since
gave
I was a
me ever
child,
since I was a child,
and it was nurtured
and it
in
was
different
nurtured
things,
in
but
different things, but
I don't know. I think
I don't know.
as an
I think
adult,
as an
you're
adult,
questioned a
you're
lot.
questioned a
Like,
lot.
why don't you do
Like,
something
why don't you
that's,
do something that's,
more productive,
more
or can make more
productive, or
money,
can
or
make more money, or
whatever?
whatever.
Instead of saying,
And instead
"Oh,
of
that's
saying,
a
"Oh,
nice
that's
hobby,"
a nice hobby,"
God
Right.
is saying,
God is
"I gave
saying,
you that
"I
gift."
gave you that gift.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think primarily because people don't have a context of what creativity looks like in our culture as a, to make a living from it. And the other thing is most people, most Christians have no clue how money flows in the kingdom of God. And so when you put, Western work ethic mindset of go out and make it happen yourself, which is essentially a mammon way of doing things, as opposed to finding out how God's designed you and understanding that your provision and favor and opportunities and resources flow to you through your assignment.
Yes.
That's how God provides for you. And outside of that is nothing but striving. And 95% of the church is striving in what they're trying to do professionally, just trying to make it happen themselves. And artists get thrown to the bottom of the barrel with all of that. So it's been really interesting and fun for me to not only realize that years ago myself, but then also be able to help tons of artists come into that realization, for themselves.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
So the people in your family, you said that you grew up in a family of
creatives.
But you have one son?
One son and one sister. Yeah.
One sister.
Yeah.
One sister.
We're a tight bunch.
Gotcha.
And one wife.
And one wife.
And one wife.
I'm still married to my first wife, so yeah.
That's awesome. So are you all creative?
Then?
Yeah, my wife is different than I am. She's much more. She's a teacher, and she's much more administratively gifted and detail oriented and that sort of thing. She loves doing fiber art and embroidery and things like that. Cameron, he loves music, loves drawing, that sort of thing. So yeah, we all got our thing, but creativity is really the core of who we are. So
that's awesome. And so you can understand each other that way too. It's like creativeness.
It's like you can relate.
Well, I would say partly. My wife and I are as different as night and day, and so we process life differently. She's much more of the steady administrative detail, let's get everything in order kind of person, whereas I'm much more the visionary, fast moving, that sort of thing. So I think a big part of our marriage has really been about learning to receive the gift in the other person in our life. And as we've done that and really embraced that in each other, that's when the flow really starts to happen. And so there's only, I think for married couples, unless you're in unity, there's only a certain amount of favor that you're going to be able to walk in whatever you're doing, because God's designed you to walk in favor together. And but you can't see that other person as a pain in the butt. You got to see him as a gift. Well, and that's the truth. I mean, there's so many people that they're most touchy, they're most frustrated in their marriages because they don't get me, they don't understand me, and it's kind of like, well, maybe you need to lay that stuff down and try to go understand your spouse so that you can receive the gift that God's trying to put in your life so that you can actually be the person that God called you to be. Hello.
Yes.
And so, so I've had to learn that. We both had to learn that. So
that's good. I know. It's a constant growing thing, like in the marriage. And I feel really blessed.
My husband
you do your thing.
You do your thing, and
okay. But like you, he does more the administrative side.
That kind of thing too. Yeah.
Gotcha. In this season in the earth, what do you see God
doing,
like with you,
and
with the creatives,
and what God's
doing with creatives
in general?
I wondered when the Lord called me back in 2009 to raise up an army of artists. What does that look like? So much of that for me, in my own journey. Again, I think we speak. The only authority we have in this life is what God's done in us. We speak from that place. And so for me, the main thrust of what the Lord has me involved in is raising up artists out of a place of sonship, out of a place of healthy identity, where we are not performing for the Lord, but we're creating with Him in order to release the kingdom in signs and wonders.
Amen.
That His transformation would be released in the earth, that we not do it in a churchy, over-spiritualized way, but that we do it in a way that is beautiful in the marketplace, it's naturally supernatural. And I think, again, so many Christians, because they don't have a context of what real kingdom life looks like in the marketplace, are really confused about that. And so that's a big part of what the Lord has me doing. And then, this whole thing that the Lord showed me early on in my own art, that especially as I've been mentoring artists over the years, is out of Exodus 31 about, Bezalel was filled with the Spirit of God, first person to be filled with the Spirit of God in the Bible, and then skilled in every manner of workmanship. So there's this dynamic of being filled with the Spirit of God and skilled that is it's like two wings of an airplane. And I always tell artists, I'm like, listen, if you don't have both wings going on, what you have is a one-wing plane that's flying very quickly toward the ground, and you're going around in circles. You're going, wow. And most Christian artists that I've found over the years, this is a gross generalization, but just bear with me. Most Christian artists have a lot of passion and they have a lot of desire. They feel this really intense burden from the Lord to create, to glorify Him through what they do. And yet they've not had any training. They've not put in studio time. They've not developed a habit around what they do. They've got no vision for their life outside of the context of, I just want to love Jesus and paint or create or, whatever. And so because of that, there's a lot of frustration that gets built up in them because, if you have a lot of impression from the Lord and download from the Lord, but you're not expressing that, that can lead to depression. It can lead to frustration. It can lead to anxiety, realizing that you've got all this vision, but you don't have the skill, opportunity, whatever, to express that. Right. And so that's, you got to press into the skilled side of things. At the same time, there's a whole group of artists out there that are fabulous at what they do technically, but they don't know how to move with the voice of the Holy Spirit. They don't know how to be led in their creative process, in their business, in their life. They don't know how to renew their mind, but they're great artists. Well, what does that lead to? Death, because it's just like going through the motions.
Yeah.
And so
Burnout.
Burnout. Burnout, exactly. So God's designed this thing that we be filled with His Spirit, led by His voice, walking in excellence, impacting the marketplace, really being the ambassadors that He called us to be. And so that's what I see all over the world, God raising up. And that's really been my focus, is how to help people be restored to the Father in their spiritual identity, in their creative identity, and then also to step into the fullness of who God's called them to be in the marketplace.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I was just curious, when you were talking about that
transition,
how do you do that?
How do you do that? How do you
introduce people to, especially when people have been in the art world and they've been creating and they haven't been following the Holy Spirit. They just all that's been lacking. How do you connect the two for them?
Usually people that are in a place, I always just trust the Lord to bring the right people at the right time. And so I never try to convince people of anything because that just never works. And so it's like the Holy Spirit's going to draw the ones that are ready. And usually if somebody's ready for change to happen in their life, like really ready, there's going to be some sense of dissatisfaction. There's going to be some sense in their life that, I'm pretty good at this or that, but whatever I've been doing is just not working. And anytime, I see this in the mentoring program all the time, but I've always done it this way, but I've never heard of what you're teaching. And I'm like, okay, and how's that working for you?
Right.
Because, that's the bottom line, right? How's it working for you? And if it's not working for you, then you got to begin to think, okay, I got to change what it is I'm doing if I want to see change happen in my life. And so that's where I begin to show people, listen, the voice of the Holy Spirit that speaks to you in your spiritual life can be as active or more in your creative life, in your business life, because it's all His. It's all the kingdom. And for most of us, we grew up in this sort of siloed kind of understanding of how life happens, which is my church life over here, my business life over here, my family life over here, that only comes together when we go to lunch on Sunday after church,
Right.
But, we have church friends, right? You don't have real friends. You have church friends, but you never would have them over to your house, You don't even know their last name sometimes. Oh, yeah, that's just my church friend. Well, that's crazy.
There's no separation.
There's no separation.
There's no separation. The kingdom of God is on all the time. It's in us all the time. It's living and active in us. And so for most of them, it's teaching them, hey, this is a big mishmash of a beautiful life that God's called you to live, and you can't separate it. And it's usually the separation that is keeping them from experiencing the fullness of life, because they're trying to seek Jesus with all their heart over here while they're at church, and yet they're coming out into their studio or into the marketplace on Monday morning and not giving any thought to how God might want to give them strategies and grow them up and mature them in what He's called them to do. And I just bring all that together for them, and it's a lot. There's a lot of steps to that, obviously, because it takes a process to renew your mind, to change your mind, to recalibrate, if you will, that inner GPS that's inside of you. But I tell you, that's the thing that I love about our mentoring program is that, when I would go speak at a conference, 500,000, 2,000, whatever, I think maybe 1% of the people out there are going to take something that I've said or read something in the book and actually do it. In the mentoring program, I'm seeing people because we walk them down a path, and it's in the context of community with other people who are doing the exact same thing they are. You start to see like accelerated change in people's life, and they're like, oh my gosh, my family doesn't even recognize me, or I sold my first piece, or I had a lady this month, because we do these aha moments. She put this thing in there. She's like, I sold twice as much as I did at my open studio last year, and how my business has grown and all this kind of thing. It's like tangible results flowing with the Holy Ghost. It's like, and God's showing up. I love that. And so for me, that's like a huge payoff, to be able to see that as I encourage them to follow me, as I follow Christ, just like Paul said, there's real change starting to happen. And that's why I say I'm not into the trying to get people to change, not ready to change. I'm like, if you're ready, I can show you how. But I'm not going to try to convince you that what I'm doing is working, because I already know it is in my life and in the lives of other people. So.
Wow.
Excuse me. It's good.
Good.
I'm always encouraged when I listen to you.
So I'm like taking it all in.
Well, I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm looking at my list here.
I don't get too
sidetracked. Is it costly?
Is it costly?
How costly do you think it is to be a creative?
An artist?
I mean, as far as like family, friends,
not everyone understands. Not everyone understands.
But as far as having a business,
as well.
That's a mindset issue.
Like the cost.
I think it's so many people, again, come in with so much baggage around what it means to be a creative, what it means to have a business. Maybe they know somebody that had a business and it failed, or, they've got there's just a lot of misnomers around that. And I think for me, there's no way, unless I had a direct word from Jesus, that I could ever go back and work for somebody else. Because
Right.
once you work for yourself and once you understand that, wow, I can be led by the voice of the Lord, I can build a profitable business, I can get up every day excited about what I love to do, and that I know that he's got me in the middle of this. And if I make a mistake or if I take a wrong turn, he's right there. And, I mean, that's an incredible way to live. But most people, again, are not wired to process life that way. They're thinking, oh, well, it's risky, you know, if you don't, like we had at our gathering of Artisans Conference, Shelly Hitt, who's in my mentoring program. She's awesome, teaches artists how to write their own books and sell them online, and she's incredible. She has a great, great online business, and just kicking butt. And she said she was at a family gathering not too long ago. I think maybe it was like last Christmas or something. And her granddad was asking her, so what are you doing, for work, right now? She's like, well, we have this online business and we do this. And she was so excited telling him about it and all this kind of. And at the end of it, she's looking at him. He's like, so basically, you don't have a job. And she's like, yeah, but here's what you got to realize. You got to realize that is totally their issue. That is not your issue. Here's another thing. Most Christians, most creatives are not used to drawing healthy boundaries in their life because they don't have any vision for their life, because nobody's ever showed them how to have vision for their life and aligning their time and resources and opportunities with that. That's a huge part of what I'm passionate about and love to help people to do, because when you teach people how to have a vision, how to start aligning your life with that, and then how to create boundaries around that so that you are able to say, hey, I love you, but I can't do that because it doesn't really align with where God's got me right now. That's a wonderful thing. And yes, there will be people that don't like it. There will be people that will think you're crazy. Sometimes your family, yes, but it's totally okay. And you got to be okay with that. And again, community is a big part of making that okay, because you can go back and say, I can't believe I don't love you, all that. And everybody can be like, get over it. It's totally fine. You're doing great. Keep rolling.
Yes.
So,
And that you need that.
And
you need that support.
You need that support.
Absolutely.
Because it can feel very
because
lonely.
It can feel very lonely.
Sure.
I think that discourages more artists that I know of. Just that alone feeling, and so they start to draw back from doing their creativeness
and all that.
Like you said, that depression sets in, and that just kind of closes off.
Yeah. Well, and that's the strategy of the enemy, right? Pick them off, separate them, and then, and so that's why I think, you want to win in the kingdom, you've always got to come in the opposite spirit of what the enemy's coming in. So if he's coming in isolation, you got to run the community. If he's coming in fear, you got to come in love and faith. That's just how that works. So.
It's good.
It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How do you choose to juggle family and work with creative
and all of that?
Yeah. How does that all work?
How does that all work?
Yeah, so that's not easy for anybody, but I think it's very simple when you understand vision. I know without a shadow of a doubt that God's called me in several areas. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm an artist, and I'm a father to artists. All right? That's my 4 things that I do. Everything in my life has to fit in one of those categories. And if it doesn't fit in one of those categories, I don't do it. Now, that may scare some people, but that's part of how you get really productive and really effective in your life, is you start saying no to the wrong things in order to say yes to the right things. So it was a very easy decision for me, for example, as my business started growing, to hire an assistant. Because when I hired an assistant, that means I can be home on Saturday and Sundays and not be working in my studio. All right? It's very easy for me to build a team with my, mentoring business and all that kind of stuff and the books and all that, because again, I don't need to be answering emails and focusing on all the details, and I need to change my credit card and all this kind of stuff. I can't do that. I'm not gifted at that. I need to be doing this. I need to be writing books. I need to be encouraging people. I need to be teaching. I need to be hearing the voice of the Holy Spirit. So those are the things that only I can do.
Right.
And that line up with my calling. And everything else, you got to be radical about it. Everything else is has to go on the back burner or off the stove.
Yes.
And that's a really, really important thing to do. There are many people who are not willing to do that, and that's why they stay stuck. So that's a big part of what I've learned to kind of help people through. Because if you don't do that, you're never going to be able to step into who God's got, what God's got for you.
I think I can completely relate to what you were talking about.
Yeah.
The feeling of stuck and trying to do it all.
Yeah,
because sometimes we feel pulled and tugged on like how much resources and finances there are, and it feels limited. So it's like,
mindset.
Yeah.
It's complete mindset issue.
It is.
See, most Christians are used to praying for things by begging God. Oh, God, you know how bad it is. You know what I mean? Oh, please save me, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is not how Jesus said to pray. Jesus said in Mark 11:24, therefore when you pray, believe that you have received it.
Amen.
And what? And you'll have it.
That's right.
So you received it when you ask. And now it's patience and perseverance that keep that as you're waiting on that thing to manifest.
That's right.
And so it's not about begging God for things. It's about agreeing with what He's already given you. Second Peter says we've already been given everything we need for life and godliness.
Amen.
And we participate in the divine nature through the precious promises of God. So if God's promised to provide for me, that promise is my conduit through which I'm able to receive the kingdom.
Amen.
So that's huge. But again, see, that's a whole mindset. That's a whole other 3 modules of teaching I do. But it's like that's a huge understanding for people. I don't have the money. I can't do it. I can't be an artist. I got to. That is all here.
It is
here.
It's a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
And they think, most people that don't have money, they think, that are in that scarcity mindset or that mammon mindset.
Right.
They think, well, if I'm going to have whatever it is that I'm needing, I've either got to beg God for it and hope He's in a good mood, or I've got to tie it somehow to labor. I've got to tie it somehow to my own ability to produce it. That is not the kingdom.
That's the orphan mindset.
That's the orphan mindset.
That's an orphan mindset.
Yeah.
And so when you turn and you say, wow, how did Jesus say that provision comes in our life? Well, He said, seek first the kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will what? Be added unto you.
Amen.
So as you connect to the kingdom and you're designing the kingdom, then what begins to happen is provision flows. And so that's the beautiful thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I love that. But I'm not minimizing that. That took me a long time to get, but it's a big when that begins to happen in people's lives, and I'm seeing it happen every day, it is so freeing and so amazing. Jesus talks more about money than He did about heaven and hell.
It's true.
Why?
It's true.
Because so much fear and anxiety is tied up in money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so much, Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart's going to be.
Right.
And so if your treasure is tied up in, I don't know how to get it. I don't know how am I going to do it. What am I got to do to make it happen? All that kind of stuff. You have no bandwidth and no time to focus on what God's called you to in the kingdom. And for artists, that even gets more compounded because we're emotional, sensitive, kind of empathetic, intuitive, wired. So.
Right.
Wow.
This is good. We can record this. This is good.
Oh, are we recording this?
Are we recording this?
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
Okay.
I think you've covered almost everything on my list. Like, wow, I should make a longer list. Okay, I put on here like encouraging words of wisdom. things that you've learned to
Things
help
that you've
creators
learned
on
to
their
help
journey, and I
creators
think
on
you've
their
been
journey,
talking
and I
about
think
that
you've been
already.
talking about that already.
But,
Yeah.
But
I think just realizing that, you know, if somebody's hearing this kind of message for the first time, just realizing that the thing that God put in you that you've been nervous about putting out in front of everybody, realize that's probably the thing that God wants to use the greatest in your life. And usually there are roadblocks, there are things that in our life, belief sets, woundedness, ungodly beliefs, fears, whatever, that are standing in the way.
mm-hmm.
And listen, Jesus can heal those right now and begin that process. And the beautiful thing is, he doesn't rip all that out of you at once. It's a process of,
Right.
taking the onion skin off. And as you're able and ready, he unfolds that. But listen, Jesus wants you free and creating and whole and flourishing in the kingdom. And that's just what I love to see happening in people. And I would just say, if you've not experienced that, realize that you can start having that today, even right now. So
Awesome.
yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to wait.
you don't have to wait.
Right now.
It starts right now.
No. In fact, I just did a thing this morning in one of my Facebook groups about Jesus healing rejection in people's hearts and people getting free right on Facebook. I'm like, well, praise God.
That's right.
I mean, why not? We just did a big old sozo session on Facebook, and I'm like, this is beautiful. Let's let the Holy Spirit do what he wants to do in and through us, through technology and through all of this, and it's great. So,
Wow.
I love it.
I do too.
I do too.
Okay. I was thinking about this. Would you
I
be
was
okay
thinking
with
about this. Would
answering
you be
some
okay with
questions?
answering some questions?
If like people
I've got
want
a
to throw out
people
some
want
questions.
to throw out some questions.
Yeah. I got about 10 more minutes. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So if you guys want to put any questions in there,
any questions in there,
anything you want to share?
Anything you want to share?
I'm on coming here on my computer and look, see if I see any. I feel so technological. I've got like laptops, computers, phones. I'm like,
I have the computer right here too, and I thought maybe that was causing the problem. But I decided to make sure all the volume was off. So I don't think so.
So I don't think so.
awesome.
Okay.
Will you let me know if you see a
Will you
question?
let me know
Come
if
on
you
there
see a
before I
question?
do.
Come on there before I do.
Yeah, that's fine. Brenda Calvert says, thanks for sharing today, Matt. You're such an inspiration. Well, thank you, Brenda. I love it.
Awesome.
Just by way of connection, I was going to tell people if they, one of the things we started this year was my podcast, and completely free, got tons of stuff on there, and if you can get it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, whatever, even on my website. If you're not into all the doing it on your phone, you can get it on my website. But it's really, really been beautiful. One of the things I'm doing on the podcast is not just interviewing. A lot of people when they have a podcast is like, let's get all the big superstar people of whatever,
Right.
And I really wanted to hear from normal people.
Like the whole community.
Like the whole community.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so what I've been doing is taking people from my mentoring program who are really having major breakthrough in their life and talking about why that happened and what they're doing to see that breakthrough happen in their life. And then there's some really, there's some people that are more well-known on there too or whatever, but I've just been amazed what God's doing in there. So
that's awesome. So Tracy just said
something there.
Yeah, so she said, I recently started a creative business, and I get so overwhelmed where to start because I have so many ideas. Welcome to being an artist, Tracy. So, one of the things that I encourage people to do is, especially if you're going to have a business, is you've got to clarify your creative voice because otherwise, if you're trying to do everything that you love creatively in your business, it's going to seem like a big old yard sale. I do a little bit of crocheting and some painting, and there's some this work, and I love to do beads, and I make earrings and all this. I mean, you got to stop all that. So those things can be fun. Those things can be other outlets for you, but typically, what I see is the Lord begins to mature somebody in the marketplace, there begins to be a clarity to their creative voice. And so, Tracy, I'd encourage you to ask the Lord, what is it that your favor is on in my creative expression that's really going to be the voice that you want to give me in the marketplace? Because you have to make it easy for people to buy from you. And you don't want to, I always tell people the confused mind never buys. All right? So if you're always putting this, that, and the other, and nobody knows who you are creatively, what you're doing, it gets more and more difficult for people to buy from you. All right? As opposed to being really clear about your voice. That way people can understand what you do. They can look for you. You become top of mind. So that's one of the first things I would say really, really hone in on. That's one of the big things we have to really help people through in the mentoring program is walking through that process of clarifying. But when you do, again, it's so easy. It's kind of like your life. When you clarify what you're doing creatively, then it's real easy to get focused and put everything else on the other burner.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah. I noticed Brenda said, how long have you been in the art business?
Yes.
So I've been an artist. I've been making since I was 20 and selling. I'm 45 now. And I've sold my work every year since then. In 2009, the Lord began to make a shift in my life where I was doing my art vocationally. And so since then, I've been selling my work vocationally. I've had a studio. I've got about a 1,500, 2,000 square foot studio here in Asheville's River Arts District, right outside that door, and which is an artist community of about 200 plus artists in within a mile here in our River Arts District. And I've had this studio for 7 years, and worked primarily with luxury home buyers who have moved to this area, build gorgeous mountain homes, things like that, and they love to buy art here in that area. So, yeah.
Wow.
You're right in that niche.
You're right in that niche.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So.
I was thinking about
I was
the
thinking
books that
about
you've written
the books
because
that
I
you've
have
written
one of them and
because I have one of them and I have to finish it.
Created to Thrive.
Created to
I
Thrive.
know,
I know,
I
I
gotta get
gotta get involved.
I gotta make my house payment next month.
I know.
I know.
But Created to
But
Thrive is
Created
the
to
one that I
Thrive
have.
is the one that I have.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
And it really hit
And
the
it
nail on the
really
head
hit the
in
nail
so
on the
many
head in
areas.
so many areas.
Like a lot of things that
Like
you've been
a
saying
lot
today,
of
I'm
things
like,
that you've been saying today, I'm like,
yes.
Like yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one was Unlocking the Heart of the Artist, which is a lot of my journey kind of coming into who God had called me to be. And it really, that's been, because it's been it's the oldest one, it came out in 2010. God used that in so many people's lives. And all of my books are designed to be small group journeys. So it's a great opportunity to take a book, grab 8 or 10 people at your church, in your studio, whatever, and do a small group and have these conversations with people that really want to get this perspective of, filled and skilled, being a Christian, but also being an excellent artist. And the other 2 books I wrote were called Creativity According to the Kingdom. And then there's, I did a little one on marketing called Crafting Your Brand, which is kind of the beginnings of what's turned into now the mentoring program, which is hundreds of videos that I've done with a pathway for you to walk on how to move from struggling to really thriving. So.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like you addressed like all these different areas.
Like all
They're
these
really
different areas.
important.
They're really important.
They are, and I think you can't be, as a Christian, you can't just be succeeding in business and totally leave out your spiritual life. That would be completely inauthentic. And vice versa, you can't have all this vision and yet not have any understanding of how to really see that happen. And so I think that's the beautiful niche the Lord's given me is how to bring that together for people so that you can really walk with somebody who loves Jesus, led by the Spirit, but also excellent as an artist, growing in that gifting. And then also, how do you build a brand and a business that can take what you do to marketplace so that you can profit your life and at the same time, build a business and not have to be working up at the Starbucks trying to make money and hoping one day you'll get to be an artist, so.
There you go. Wow. Yeah. I think the echo just left. That's so weird. Was
Isn't
it
that
on your
crazy?
end? I know. I'm like,
Yeah, I've
thank
not
you,
heard it.
Lord.
I know.
I know.
Now
It's
that
like,
we're done, Lord, right?
I'm like, really? Now?
I
Like,
love
now I'm not like
it.
speaking in my ear. I'm like, oh, that was really, really loud. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
now that we're at the end of it. Okay. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was really
Well, can I pray for
encouraging.
people? I'd love to pray for people if we can at
That
the
would
end.
be
And
great. That would be
yeah,
awesome.
it'd be awesome. Well, cool. Let's
And
do
thank
it.
you for being a
Well,
father to
yeah.
creatives. You really blessed
Oh,
my life so much, too.
oh, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love it. It's so, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Father, thank you right now, Lord, that you are raising up an army of artists, God, for such a time as this, Lord, to see us walking in the fullness of the kingdom, God, releasing your light and life, God, seeing the divine design that you've put on our life, God, come to fruition, that we could walk in the fullness of all that you've designed for us. And God, I just thank you that as people are watching this right now, God, they're taking their place. God, they don't have to stand aside anymore. They don't have to walk in fear anymore, Lord. They can walk in the fullness of who you call them to be. And so, Father, right now, I thank you that there's grace to shift into the season of fruitfulness, Lord. That, God, the season of waiting is over. The season of not knowing and of confusion is over. And, Father, right now, in Jesus' name, I declare clarity and grace to step into the fullness of what you call people to do. God, I bless their creativity. I bless their process, their studio. I bless their ability to hear from you. Lord, I bless their businesses as you call them into the marketplace that you've called them to. Father, I speak life to those things right now in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Good
Amen.
stuff.
That was good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been my pleasure. So,
Thank you so much, Matt. You're a blessing.
all right.
Thank
Love you
you.
guys. Bye.
Love you too. Bye bye. Wow, that was awesome. Okay. And now that the echo's gone, like, really? Anyway, I just wanted to bless you guys and thank you so much for being here. I feel like I'm looking to the side, but that's okay. Anyway, God is so good, and I'm so thankful for you all. And I pray for all of you guys all the time, and I know that God is just, He's just stirring up the heart of the creative, like all over the earth. And I really believe that the Lord is wanting to just have His kingdom revealed in the arts and the media, and that's being, I want to say, like, taken back from like the world, so to speak. But it's going to be kingdom minded, and the Lord's going to reign in it, in the earth. So I just want to bless you guys and have an awesome day, and I will talk to you all later. Enjoy. If you will, close this out.